Okay. I did have some cards to read to you. This is a 9 card spread, so it's going into the past, the sort of here and now, and the near future. So the past. So I'm seeing the mice card. Um, that's about something that's eating away at him at the minute. Um, and I see the book. So there's something that has yet to be said, something that is kind of like a secret. When I see the book card, I always think of that. And it has to do with a snake. So there's someone, I do believe there's a third party in this scenario. Uh, someone who is jealous of, the situation. Um, so yeah. So what I think at the minute, he was like beating himself up over this thing that has to come out. So moving on, we have the coffin, the scythe, and the dog. So the scythe is your key card, and that is about swift, abrupt cuts in life, and that's what basically happened. He upped sticks and left. So um, the dog card is, it's basically telling me this guy you connected with on all levels. You see him as a true soulmate. He's the one for you. But the coffin, that tells me that the relationship ended. What we already know. Um, so I'm looking into the near future. The woman is here. That is you. I'm also seeing the letter, and I'm seeing the sun. The letter in this instance, that can be like a love email. It can be an actual physical love letter. It's something. Think of text messages, and in this day and age, we have to think of emails, text messages, rather than a handwritten love letter. But it's communication. Think of it as that communication, and then the sun is good news. So I do think in the future, the near future, he will come around. There's just someone here in the background that's not good. That could be a family member of his. I'm not saying it's another female, another woman he's with or anything. That is that's just someone who's on the sideline and a bit jealous. What I'm going to do is read more of these in a moment. So I'm going to give them another shuffle, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so looking at another 5 cards. The key card is the stars. That is a card of karmic ties, soulmate, twin flames. I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. I do. When I see that card, I think of being connected to that person. Like I said, with karmic ties over the lifetimes that you've been together, your bond is so strong. Um, so I'm seeing the sun and the birch rod. That's a bit, otherwise known as the whip. So he's beating himself up at the minute over everything that was good with regards to the relationship. Um, Over here, I have you as the woman, and the pathways or the roads. That's a card of decision making. So I think what we're going to see is uh, he seems to be having internal issues at the moment with regards to what to do, etc. But I think ultimately it's going to come to you and whether or not you want to pursue this, because I think at the minute he's doing a lot of soul searching. Um, like I said, there's an element of fear in him from what I am picking up. But this card is a card of decisions. So he needs to make a decision, or you need to make a decision about him when the time comes. Your mind might change, but other than that, there has to be a decision made. But you are very good together. It's just sometimes, like I said, men process things in a different sort of way than women. I did look at a few oracle cards. Um, the first one out was the accept the gifts of the universe. Okay. And then I have get grounded, always stay grounded, or cleanse. That's a very good idea, even if it's just putting a tiny bit of sea salt into your bath water. And then laugh. these are all things to keep you uplifted and to, don't let this situation drag you down too much. Because I think at the end of the day, if it drags you down, your health will suffer. I'm going to do another draw on these to see. I want to look at the long-term picture just to see what comes out. So I'm going to shuffle again and I'll come back. Okay, so I pulled another 5 cards. Down the line, I think what we're looking at here, again, I've got the key card being the book. That's something that, again, needs to be said. There's something he needs to tell you, something that he needs to get off his chest. I think this is before things can progress. I think he needs to communicate with you. I'm getting the bear. That's usually a burly guy. I think that's him. And then the anchor, that's about settling down. When I see the anchor, it's about stabilizing oneself in life and setting down roots, just like the tree card. So I'm seeing those 2 cards together. So to me, those 2 cards are about him, steadying himself and becoming rooted in a relationship with yourself. But over here, I've got the ship and the letter. Again, the letter's cropping up. The letter, again, that's communication, or something that needs. He may put what he wants to say in the form of an email, a text, think along those lines. And the ship, that's about travel. So I'm thinking that the 2 of you, even when I see these 2 cards together, it's making me think that the 2 of you may go away on a short trip, or a trip, to renew your relationship, to sort of, how can I put it, make things better, like a trip to, rejuvenate. So that's what that's saying. So I don't think the future is bad at all. And I did look at some oracle cards again. These are different. They're the answer deck. So the first card out was growth. So it's important to know that sometimes things happen in life in order for us to grow. All right, okay. The second card is actually the lesson. Like I said, sometimes you need to go through these soul growth lessons with certain people to get where we're, you're at, and you need to go through hurdles to get to the right point, if that makes sense. And the truth. And we've got sexual attraction, which is good. So he still sees you as a very attractive lady. And the last card is the horseshoe, which is good fortune. So you've got a good reading. So you have. I'm also going to look at the pendulum for a moment, and I want to ask the pendulum, does he still have true feelings for you? I want to see what the pendulum says. So yeah. And I also want to ask the pendulum, is there someone in the background who's influencing him? Someone in the background who's influencing him. Yeah, I think there may be someone in the background. So I want to ask the pendulum again. Is there something that he needs to get off his chest? And that's a definite yes. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm thinking, what else could I pull some more cards? See if I've got a different deck here, and I'll come back in a second. I'll give it a shuffle and I'll come back because I want to do 15 minutes on this. So just give us a moment. So I wanted to look into this just a little bit more. So I did pull along 5 cards. So I'm seeing the child card, and I'm looking at this from his angle. So the child card, that obviously means your child. So I've got the bouquet and the stars. Again, two good cards. The stars, I can really talk. As I was saying, the stars is all about those soulmate ties, the karmic ties, like I mentioned before, and the bouquet is about just happiness, love, all those things. And again, over here, I'm seeing the sun and I'm seeing the garden. So I do think something will emerge. He will make contact, but I'm still saying that the contact will come by either, like I said, a social media event. It could be Facebook, Instagram, I don't know. Or it could be an actual meeting somewhere. I don't know if you guys frequent the same places. I don't know. But that's what that looks like. The child was what will bring you both together. It can also mean childlike behavior. I understand that up and leaving is childlike behavior, but no, not in this case. This is the child, which will, is your bond. So I do feel, that you do have a good bond with him, a great, spiritual bond. And from what I see here, I do believe that you will have a future with this man. It's just a bit up and down at the moment with him with regards to, issues. Like I said, men have a strange way of dealing with the likes of, miscarriage, etc. So, I just wanted to let you know that, which you probably already know that, but it's just sometimes they go away and, do one and then process it and then come back. And I do think that's what's happening with regards to him. And there's also an element of fear, as you already know. So please come back to me with any questions. I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to know anything, I'm very happy to answer any questions that you may have. Sorry that you had to wait for this reading. It's been a bit chaotic at the side. I don't have the fastest internet connection in the world, but I did get there eventually. So you can email me at thehouseofmagick@gmail.com. And if you want to ask any further questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thank you.